This is Rizal. Radio check. Over. Good evening. Thank you for listening to our resistance. I hope wherever you are safe. These are your dispatch notes for 0207 2031 2100. Message, 2 interviews, found footage, and some notes. Message follows: 02, Barrio, downwind, and nothing. This is Rizal at Lima Golf 3. Do not answer. Out.
As you have said, your loyalty lies with you and your sibling, correct?
So?
We wonder if that's your only affiliation. Your actions have been suspect leading up to your last mission.
My actions have been suspect? My life has been dedicated to the resistance ever since this started, ever since...
Excluding your last mission, of course. We have decided to abandon the cause.
For family!
You are neither the first nor the last to betray someone for the sake of family, Mr. Castillo.
If you are insinuating that I work for the Anito somehow, then...
Yes.
But I've not been taken!
I can see that. But that doesn't mean that you do not work for it.
How? How? I've been on so many missions, we've had so much information come in about the Anito, and what makes you think that we'll trust a regular human being? According to it, we were a broken species, remember? How in the world am I supposed to work with it then?
You've turned your sibling back into what they used to be. Nothing is impossible at this point. We don't know enough about it, and it learns. And thus...
Hilarious, since aren't we the ones meant to have made it? This is what happens when humans play God. You make something that is meant to lead, meant to learn, but then give it a soul. Sounds about right.
Before any of these events, then, you have never been affiliated with the Anito? Or with its factions thereof?
If you're talking about the before, then of course not. Full-blooded working class trying to make ends meet who'd happen to go from various blue-collar jobs to something fancy in an office. Never been involved in politics since my parents died.
Your parents are famous for their activist work. And you'd have us believe that...
Got them killed, didn't it?
Yet you chose to work for us after the Anito took over.
Of course I did. Don't want to lose my soul any more than you do, don't I? Can't keep running with just my sister either. Resources are hard to come by, and as far as the Anito is concerned, well, the world is black and white. If you're not with it, you're prey. Besides, it sounded kind of good at the time. Fighting a good fight against authoritarianism, against forced control. I mightn't have been an activist like Nye and Tai, but when push comes to shove, I chose a side. I don't regret it. Well, mostly.
Before this, have you had any contact with the agents of the Anito?
All the agents of the Anito want to take you and make you a part of their legion. How am I supposed to get in contact with any of them without being taken? Well, tell me.
Mr. Castillo.
This line of inquiry is stupid, and you know it, Andy. I can't be part of the Anito.
So you're just a self-serving person, then?
Mark is all I have left. If saving them meant I have to be selfish, then I will be selfish.
Sorry, an investigation into whom?
Mr. Chris Castillo.
Oh, the man who attempted to save my family. Why is there an investigation?
I assumed the rumors would have spread by now.
They said that he got one of his team members taken and brought back one of them, claiming it's been cured. I don't put merit in rumors, miss. Mr. Castillo did what he could to save my grandmother, my baby, and he saved me at the expense of his sibling. He let them get taken and got me instead. I don't know why everyone is suspicious of him now.
I'm afraid, Ava, that the rumors are true.
They are? Wait, who did he bring back? He found Mark, didn't he? Are they still... Is it them? What he brought back?
It seems that Mix Castillo has been brought back, safe and sound as themselves. Yes.
That's impossible.
And yet he did it. They are still under investigation as to whether they are really them, but so far everything points to them being just fine, except for some cosmetic side effects.
Oh, that's amazing. This means I might get that Mama might still be.
Ava, I don't want you to get your hopes up prematurely. We're still studying its effects and if it's permanent, and we don't have all the facts and figures.
But it is possible. Chris actually did us a favor. We're now one step closer to defeating Anito. If it happened once, it could be done again, and that's why you're trying to find out everything you can, right?
Or it might be an anomaly, and it can't be replicated.
I choose to believe it can be then. How can I remain human without hope?
So, Ava, we would like for you to tell us about how you met Mr. Castillo and your interactions with him. We are concerned that he might be a spy for the Anito, or has his own agenda against us, and would like to...
No, that's impossible. He was kind, miss. He was very kind, and he took care of us, and Mark too. And even if he was injured, he still did his best to get us out of there, even if it meant he was going to be taken. He didn't know whether... It's impossible.
But if he was to be captured, maybe they let him go, knowing that he is...
That isn't... I should just begin from the start, miss. It would probably help me if you ask some questions.
Before we start, I just want you to know I'm on Chris's side here. I just want to help him. We used to be friends before, and then the world ended. But I still care.
You don't have to pretend with me, miss. I know you're just doing your job.
Yeah, sure. Start with how you first met Chris Castillo and his sibling, and how you were able to contact the Resistance in the first place.
Yes, it was through my mama, miss. Anita was taking over our small barangay in the province. She used to have contacts in the MPA, and it appears that that rebel group had contacts in the Resistance, so Chris and Mark arrived.
And then what happened next?
They did their best to save our whole family, but we had to let Mom. We had to leave her behind.
Oh? How so? Did something happen?
It was my fault. I didn't know. Mama told me, but I didn't listen.
Go on.
I had a phone. It was an old one. I didn't think it would matter. It wasn't on airplane mode, and I didn't realize I had it turned on. Mama told me to leave it, but it was the only tie to my family I had left, and I couldn't. Leo was going to grow old without knowing his family, miss. I didn't want that, but I know now that I should have, and it was all my fault.
Did Mr. Castillo do anything in response? Who made the decision to leave your grandma?
She did. Mama, I mean. She chose to stay behind when she realized what the sounds meant. There were sounds of the brush behind us, loud, urgent footsteps shouting men. They were in eerie synchronization, each step echoing as one, and the shouts and whistled signals were done like it was a practiced call and response. That's how we knew who was looking for us. We'd hoped it was others who wanted to get away before the taken. But it wasn't. It was them. They'd found us.
And what did Mr. Castillo do?
Urge Mama. He tried, at least. Told her that he'd carry her, or at least until the getaway car. Mama laughed at him and told him that, well, if he tried, she'd crush him and they'd both get caught. Mark had to make the decision for Chris, pulling him away. Mark, well, they whispered to Mama, and I could see Mama's eyes fill with tears, and she nodded. Mama then shouted at Chris to take care of us, and we left her there, sitting on a log.
So it was Mark who made the decision to leave your mama behind.
Yes and no. I know I made it sound like that, but I can tell that Chris knew that we had to leave. But he took one look at me, at Leo, and it was like his just crumbled and tried to make an offer to bring Mama anyway. Mark was the one who had to remind him of what was at stake. You have to understand, Miss, he wanted all of us to survive. He didn't want to leave Mama behind. I could see it in his eyes. When we left Mama behind, Chris reassured me that the Anita would take care of her. He said that even if she would lose who she was, she would be taken care of. I think he was trying to be comforting, but the idea of Mama losing who she was... Mama would have told me that it would have been better if she died, especially if it meant giving the Anita more information about the Resistance.
Interesting. How much does your mama know about the Resistance?
I couldn't answer that, sorry. Mama might be one of the nicest and warmest women you've ever met, but she has her secrets. She thinks of me as a child, as her child. There was no way that she would let me in on them, especially as she thinks I should just focus on Leo.
So, we have an informant who may or may not know plenty about the Resistance, who was effectively sacrificed by our suspicious duo.
What? No, it didn't... You're twisting my words, miss. That's not fair.
It's merely one way of looking at it, and it's certainly plausible.
But... Mark wouldn't have sacrificed themselves to save me, to save Leo, if they knew that they would get taken.
Maybe they wanted to get taken.
What?
Did you ever find out what Mark whispered to your mama before you left her?
No. No, they didn't mean it like that. They would never...
What did they say, Ava?
That the Anita will take care of her and not to resist. That they will make sure that we will be fine.
Well...
Mama would have fought them. She would have died fighting them, and if she did, any chance of bringing her back would be gone. And if they truly meant us harm, then why would they tell me what they said, miss? Why would they admit that?
Mark did seem smarter than their brother.
Miss...
Chris, as I have told you, I knew from before. His background is... suspicious. Against the government. But I wouldn't be surprised if he'd changed his mind once he saw that's the fight as hopeless.
And do you, miss, think the fight is hopeless?
No, of course not.
Then why would he? He fought to save me and Leo. He led us through a patch of forest, even as he had a nasty sprain to make sure we got away. And when we thought the Taken were coming back for us, he tried to...
It might be some elaborate game for him.
You're drawing unfair conclusions from my story, miss. You can't...
Don't worry. Everything is recorded, as you can see. I'm sure whoever's assigned to review these tapes will come to their own conclusions.
But...
Thank you for your cooperation, Ava. We know where to find you if we have any follow-up questions.
I never grow tired of stopover one.
You've always been a sucker for broken, rusted old things.
They're funny. The Jeep has been really good to us and very reliable. Don't badmouth her.
Doesn't make it any less rusted.
But not broken. Sorry for the rough ride, miss. You kids okay?
Yes, we're okay. Are we safe? Are they gone?
More or less. Don't worry. Kuya is one of the best runners the Resistance has. He'll be fine.
Right. Anyway, the safe house is a few hours' walk from here. Drink some water and get ready. Just need to make sure we have all we need.
Thank you, sir, really. I can't even imagine.
I know. You're safe now, and that's what matters. I need to take a leak.
How are you and the baby, miss?
Oh, we're fine. I'm Eva, and this here is baby Leo. Thank you so much for coming to our rescue. I know we're just a small family, and...
As Kuya keeps telling me, we humans must stick together and face our problems. And this is certainly one we've created. Did you vote for it, too?
I'm too young to vote then, but... Well, Mama, she thought...
Sorry. I I need to get back to work. Lots of packing, make sure you have all your stuff. We won't pass here again.
Do you mind just for a bit?
Sure, let me... hang on.
Oh, you're adorable. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Ah, you're back. I want to take him so you can have some rest as I pack up. He looked like you were gonna have a heart attack earlier.
I thought it was the proper reaction when one is running from a fleet of taken police cars in a rust bucket like our Jeep.
So you do admit she's trash.
Oh, shut up and give me the baby. And get to work.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Hey, kid. How you holding up?
Oh, I'm ready to go. Can I have him back, please?
He's cute and really tough, even with what we've been through. He doesn't seem too rattled.
Well, life hasn't been easy, but we've managed. He's learning, and he looks handsome as he does it. I'd show you more pictures of my family if my phone wasn't dead and gone.
You know that the Anito can trace our location, especially if the GPS isn't fully deactivated. And even then, I don't know what kind of magic they do, but they can still track the damn things.
What he's trying to say is, your phone was probably how the Anito found us. Ow!
You mean Mama wouldn't have...
We don't know for sure, but it's better safe than sorry. We need to get a move on. The Jeep should be safe here under all the rubble of this old cell tower. It's one of the places that the Resistance first broke, to make the area a little safer for refugees. They can avoid anywhere with little signal, much less dead zones. So we should be safe within the forest, despite the skyway above us.
Yeah, it's disgusting. You literally have a towel around your neck and your shirt's getting filthier by the second. You do know we don't have enough of those lying around, right?
We're hiking through the jungle with the Anito potentially at our heels while we were chasing daylight. Cleanliness is not my current priority.
Are you kidding? You carted off that particular chore to me. Can't even be bothered to stuff your smelly
Language.
smelly shirts into a plastic bag to cart off to the HQ's Lapandero.
Didn't have time for that. Still don't.
You have no idea how lucky it is that the clothes we steal tend to fit you.
Hey, be happy you're thin as a broom, Mark. You have no idea how hard it is to find bigger clothing during runs.
Yeah, on with how I'm tiny again.
You are tiny. Pocket size.
Yeah, thanks. Very encouraging.
I try. Tiny. But fierce. I'm gonna kick the Taken's ass.
Oh, yeah, I am.
What's that?
What's what?
That.
Oh, new converted phone instead of the usual recorder. Team gets one each.
You sure that isn't the one that almost got us killed?
Of course it isn't. It's just for recording. Notes, music, off-the-grid stuff. This was fixed by one of the best phone technicians working for the Resistance. Toto, you remember? He was recruited to work on a special project or something.
Right. Aren't those the same who jack up repair costs even with simple repairs from way back?
Maybe during your day, Kuya. You needed an actual college degree and license for it before all this started. Your info's outdated. You're old.
Kenneth Jr.
You're not helping your case, old man.
I'm grateful. Just 4 years difference, Mark. Not that much.
A lot can happen in 4 years. I was born, you grew old, 8 iPhones released, a rote computer program took over the world, etc.
I'm really uncomfortable with this conversation.
busy out there. I have no idea how we'll... Wait, are you recording again?
For future generations, right? Record the adventures of the Castillo siblings. Maybe I'll write a book.
Whatever. How far are we from the safe house?
Contact says it's around here. X marked the spot, yeah? And we have arrived at the final safe house at the second stopover.
We're near one of the taken towns, and they might still be on the lookout after that chase from earlier, so we need to be extra careful. He'll know how to do that, but we might get away with it if we stick to the shadows and stay near the forest as close as possible. We're going to need to wait for dinner time. Is there any way to make sure the baby stays quiet for the rest of the trip? One sound might make us.
There's some gin in my bag for this. I'll put a little in his milk.
Go, faster!
Where's Chris?
He's right behind us, he's coming. Go.
But how? How could they have...
They must have known or something. I don't know. That area was supposed to be empty. It shouldn't have had any sign of the taken, but it looks like they expanded.
Into a known stopover?
Time to burn that area then. Spread the news. Stop. I think we're deep enough. We should be fine. How's Leo?
Still asleep. Where's your brother?
I don't know. He'll be here. He has to be. It'll be fine. Must have turned out. Are you sure you're okay, Kuya?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure.
Could you please shine a light closer, Eva? You're hurting. Where does it hurt?
My ankle.
Shit, it's swollen. This'll hurt. Don't scream. It doesn't seem broken, just badly sprained.
I'll walk it off.
I don't think it's that kind of sprain.
We have no choice. If stopover 2 is gone, then we have to move on to the safe house on our own.
How? We can get the Jeep, sure, but it's not exactly close.
We walk then.
On whose ankles will you walk?
We don't really have a choice. I don't really have a choice unless I stay here and hope for the next runners to come and rescue me, and who knows when they'll be.
Let me at least wrap that, and we'll look for something for you to hang on to. God, even your face. You look like someone dragged you through gravel.
That's because I was.
There's a rock stuck in your... Let me just...
Careful.
Got it. Really wedged it in there. We'll need to wash that out. Hold this, Eva.
Is this really still recording?
Really, Mark?
Yes, really. I've always recorded our adventures. I sure as hell won't stop now.
Just hurry. I don't want to be in this area when the sun comes up. They know we're here.
Well, I'm almost done wrapping it. Then I'll go find something for you to hang on to as we go, okay? I'm just glad that this isn't the first time you've been through this jungle, or it would be hell navigating this night. On your ankle, too.
How's Leo?
Still asleep. He'll wake up in a few to have a quick feed, then hopefully he'll go back to sleep.
Good. Well, Mark, I can't drive with this ankle. It seems like it's your time to shine.
Sure you're trusting me with that thing? Remember the last time you swore that I'll never let you drive again?
Needs must. Besides, we need to get out word that this area's done. The Anito know this is a hotbed. Might have suspected for a while, but now they know for sure.
Right, well, I'm done. I guess we'll have to keep going. I'll lead. Eva will... Oh, thank you. This branch is perfect. Thanks, Eva. Here you go, Kuya. Your crutch. Eva will keep an eye on you. Let me get Leo so you can... Thanks. All right. This is it then. Time to go.
Note: Chris and Mark seem to be the ones who burned stopovers 1 and 2, at least according to this phone we confiscated from Chris.
It could also have been a coincidence.
Could be. We need more information, of course.
Is that everything on it?
Everything that happened on that date, yeah. But there's a follow-up on Mamish's device. There are plenty of older recordings on this one, too, which we can look into. Might have other clues.
If they are spies of the Anito, this will be unprecedented in all of the resistance. And I'm not sure how our leaders will react. Have you ever met them, aside from our immediate head?
No, but I suspect it's above our pay grade.
Let me finish typing that report up while you do the next interview.
Right. I'll be back in a bit then.
Radio Check Podcast is created by J Castillo. Today's episode is written, produced, and co-edited by J Castillo, directed and co-edited by Rowan Hill, and developmentally edited by Evelyn Mara. Remember to check your radios and make sure you're always listening.